is, I'm sure, practically perfect is Mike Sterling, who's playing Perron in the current tour of Evita at the moment. He's flying into Swansea. Yes, and that is exact word. He is flying into Swansea for tomorrow night. He's in a concert. It's called Go Now, the music of the Moody Blues. But before he does his evening performance, after having done a matinee of Evita today, before he flies down from Aberdeen to Swansea, here is Mike on the line with us now. Are you hearing us there, Mike? There we've got you now. We've got you now. Oh, fantastic. Well, I don't know. I think you should be catching your breath somehow, shouldn't you? Because what with all these travels, tell us how is the tour going at the moment?
It's going amazing. It's a phenomenal piece. And the audiences are just loving it, and I'm loving doing this role. It's a very different role for me.
Well, yes.
It's lower, because normally I sing up there, as you've heard. I'm only a tenor, but I'm singing baritone in this, which is the thing. That's how I started, really. So it's sort of vocally going to the full circle.
Well, it's quite amazing, because you are from this area. You grew up in Glenalmond, just up the road, and Pontedillas.
I was born there, Ryan Davis territory. Yeah.
Of course. And he had an influence on you, didn't he?
Ryan had a big influence on me, and that gives an idea of the demographic that he covered with his comedy, with his music, with his acting, with everything really. I mean, he was probably one of the greatest, if not one of the most talented, or the most talented Welsh performers of our time. And I mean, from the age of 3, 4, I was into Ryan. Ryan, that's the thing, you see, his demographic covered from the age of 3 up to 93. And no other performer, I think, it's really
true performer. But something else sort of changed your life. At the age of 18 years, you saw something very special on stage in London.
I did. I moved to London. I went to London when I was 17, and my partner at the time took me, became my wife, and I had 4 children. Skipping ahead from there. But I went to see Les Miserables for my 18th birthday, and I remember Peter Carey was in it, playing. We talked about this the other day. Peter Carey was playing Valjean, and I was just blown away by him. I went back to see him. I didn't know him, but I went back to see him. I just thought, my son, he didn't know me either. And he let me up. We had a chat. He said, "You'd be great in this show. Please marry us." And from that moment, 3 years later, of course, I opened in the very same theatre. Amazing.
And as well as playing in Les Miserables, of course, you have... trod the boards in London in things like Phantom, playing both Raoul and Phantom, very different roles.
In the same week.
Is that true? My gosh.
I was playing Raoul, and they asked me to, cover the Phantom, because I was thrown on once. I did Manchester, 20 minutes notice. I had no mask, I just put where everybody else thinks, and just go on and do the show. And I was playing Raoul, and I was, it was quite a fate. I did that. As a result of that, I finished the run there, and they asked me to go down as well. They said, "Look, will you cover the Phantom as well? Because we want to kind of, keep you in with us." So I did, and I could for a year. I didn't get on for a year, because there was a guy from Australia that I'd never been off once. So the next year, I managed to get on a few times, and then they said, "Look, why don't you do, because this guy is going to be doing some other bits and bobs, maybe going on the tour and rehearsing. Would you do 4 a week and 4 hours?" So that's what I did for about 8 months. Oh my
gosh, that's incredible.
I did 4 hours and 4 Phantoms.
Whoa!
And I was playing both roles at the same time.
Thank goodness, not the same performance, isn't it? Oh my gosh, that would be something, wouldn't it? But congratulations, it just shows your talent. And now you're playing Perron in Evita. But tomorrow night, there was a very special night that you're coming back to your roots. You're coming back to Swansea. And tell us all about it, Mike.
I am. When I started, I did. I've worked with these guys before. They are absolutely Gordy Marshall, of course, 25 years with the Moody Blues themselves, and he put this thing together, and got together some other amazing musicians, all in their own right, principal guys in their own right, and are mind blowing. I got to say, when I first did the lead singer for this, it was like, I could imagine this was what it was like doing a Moody Blues gig. It's the nearest thing you can get to see a Moody Blues gig with these guys. And for me to sit there and to be stepping in some very big shoes with Justin Hayward, I mean, well, you can't really, but I give it my
well, it's lovely. I have heard it online and seen some of it online, and it is cracking. So tomorrow night, of course, it's called Go Now. It's the music of the Moody Blues. And just to remind us some of the songs of the Moody Blues, please, Mike.
Yes, indeed. Nights in White Satin, of course, the most famous.
Yes.
You've got I Know You're Out There Somewhere. And you've got Go Now, of course, which is the title of the show. You have things like Legend of a Mind. You have, we're also going to be doing Forever Autumn, which is from the War written by the Moody Blues by Jeff Wayne, which Justin had a big hit with.
Oh, yes.
We'll also be doing things like The Actor, which is a great song. And also there's things like, Gemini Dream, Fly Me Straight, Fly Me High. I mean, the list goes on.
It sounds a wonderful evening, a really good evening.
23 songs in this show.
Oh, that's smashing. And as you say, with the original drummer, Gordie Marshall, and amazing players with you, like Malcolm Moore and James Blenton, you know, just terrific. So, wishing you well for tomorrow night. But I can't believe that having done a matinee this afternoon, you're doing an evening performance of Evita, and then actually flying down to, Gatwick, I believe, is it? And then coming down to us. Oh, my God.
Literally had my tea. So I've come back to my apartment. I've had my tea because I like to cook as well, you know, when I'm not doing the show and things. I like that part of it. And then, tomorrow morning, on a flight to Gatwick, pick up my car, drive to Swansea, and then...
And your secret for doing all this, is it your own cooking, perhaps?
It could be. It could be. But you know what I always say? It's about not being... stress is the worst thing.
Yes.
You know, it's part of the
Just
gig.
go with it.
And as Gordie would say, Gordie Marshall would say, well, it's all rock and roll at the end of the day.
Yes.
And I'm so chuffed to be bringing this to Swansea. I knew once I did this gig, I thought, I've got to bring it to Swansea.
So tomorrow night, Swansea Grand Theatre, Go Now, the music of the Moody Blues. And I think you better go now, hadn't you, Mike, as well, because you have an evening performance. But thank you ever so much for linking up with us on Radio Tircoed and Milward's Musicals. So, play now the Moody Blues with Go Now, but thinking of you, and as you get ready for tonight's performance, have a great one up there in Scotland, and then have a great show tomorrow. The red carpet will be out for you, the Red Dragons as well. So it'll be lovely to have you back in Swansea, if only for one night. But very, very best wishes, Mike. And as I say, you better go now. Take care of yourself. Thank you
so much. Bye, Keith.
We've already said you
Stay with Keith for Milward's Musicals.